Hi there, my name is Alan Lane. I live in northern Minnesota. I love to cut wood, just like the rest of you guys. Let's see here. I'm just about to take out a bunch of this here wood that's been sitting there on all these pallets since I think I split it in January of 23. And I'm thinking it'll probably be ready, but I want to test it. So I'm going to move things around here. If you noticed, I have you got pointed on there, Chris. Notice I have to get my fish house out. It's not that cold yet, but it's coming. Fishing comes first before wood. So anyway, I'm going to cut it off at that right now, and we'll come back to you in a few minutes. We have a small amount of balsam there. I've been trying to keep up with what I cut. This was the popple that came down in a storm just yesterday and cleaned it up on the road. And then this is the table that I built last January, and you know, I got every 16 inches marked. On that side I have one of my saws is mounted permanently there, and I cut them, and I actually, why don't I try to start it and I'll just show you a little bit how it works. I'm not going to bore you to death. I will say that this plastic came off the middle of one of the plastic totes, and that really helps slide this wood along. I have a bad back, so and you guys all have a bad back at some point too if you're handling all this wood. Maybe not. Anyway, I do, so I have to be careful. So it actually does move along pretty well. I really would like to get a hold of two roller conveyors. One that I can set up where I can flip the logs into, and then the other to take them down in storage so I can split right off the end of the conveyor. I did build this little box, which I just kind of tumble them down here. I set my old splitter up off the ground. This is all at 36 inches off the ground, so I'm 5'6", so you guys that are close to 7 feet, it might be short for you, but this works out perfect for me. There ain't much bending. I just hook them up and put them right in here. That works well. So let's just see if we can get this thing started. Let's see. Kind of judge that from this side. I'd like to build a shield here to stop all the shaving coming back at you. But for now, I'm just going to show you this. So that's 3 small logs. The bigger logs that are probably, I guess that would be probably 10 to 11. When they're a full 8 feet, they're pretty hard for me to move. So a lot of them I'll cut into 2 or 4 footers so that I can move them around without hurting myself. But I do believe that conveyor that I would like to get in here, I've been looking for some all summer, but they're either gone every time I call, kind of like the same situation as the totes. They're gone, or they want more money than you really want to spend. So okay, so I guess that kind of shows that off. This is my garage that I work out of. It's insulated. It's 36 by 40. It works well for me. Like everybody, gets full of junk over the summer, and I'm gonna have to kick some members out of there. They're gonna have to get moved somewhere else. So let's see here. We have one more inventory of wood. Like I said, I've been separating out. I mean, that little pile, I didn't have any more maple, but that's maple, that's oak, and this one is balsam. Pretty much set up for fireplace. Excuse me, fire pits. But for this one, I'm just kind of getting in. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out later. I'd like to see that stay covered up. So let's see here. So then we've got, there's about 12 cords here, and the majority of this is all black ash. There's a little bit of maple, and there's some popple right there, but that's just on the outside. The majority of this is all black ash. This was cut and split in the fall of, help me out, Chris, when was it? 2021? 20 or 21? This stuff is bone dry, no problem with that. And then I've got a bunch of pallets, or excuse me, totes in here. I'll probably be using for our firewood for our house this winter. We typically go through, it varies a little bit, but I would say it's real close to probably 5 to 6 cords. And that's, I think we're going to cut this off. I don't want to bore everybody to death, but this is our introductory. And by the way, it is Club Dora, outdoors and firewood. That's a mouthful. So anyway, Mike, here's your hat. Mike from K&L for helping me out. He's been a great help with getting our video stuff together, giving us the information to Bill Moon, and he's turned out to be a great friend. Met him at the Hoosier, and it's been a great friendship so far. Hopefully he feels the same way I do. I am hoping that he is not going to charge me for attorney fees for giving me all this information, or at least charge me the same amount that an attorney would charge. It's kind of a joke, but it's I don't know, he'll get a kick out of it. But anyway, guys, I want to close it off at that. You guys have a great afternoon and great evening. Here, guys, take care.